The idea of a face for DC Comics immediately brings to mind its trinity of Superman, Wonder Woman, and Batman. Yet, when dissecting cultural influence, popularity, versatility, and narrative importance, Batman emerges as the figurehead of DC Comics. His status as DC's most iconic character is not simply about sales or media appearances but is rooted in his unparalleled impact on storytelling, the comic book medium, and the broader cultural zeitgeist. This analysis will explore Batman's rise to prominence and why he has become synonymous with DC Comics on a global scale. 1. The historical evolution of Batman as DC's cornerstone. Golden Age origins, the birth of a legend. Batman made his debut in Detective Comics number 27 in 1939, following Superman's groundbreaking arrival in Action Comics number 1 in 1938. While Superman introduced the superhero archetype, a near-perfect, godlike being who symbolized hope and idealism, Batman offered something entirely different. Created by Bob Kane and Bill Finger, Batman was a mortal man driven by tragedy, relying on his intellect, physical prowess, and relentless determination to fight crime. This grounding in human struggle set Batman apart. In an era dominated by larger-than-life heroes, Batman's relatability as a man who overcame personal trauma to serve the greater good struck a chord with readers. Silver Age, the shift to mainstream popularity. The 1950s and 1960s marked a significant shift for Batman. With the rise of the Comics Code Authority, superheroes leaned into lighter, more family-friendly storytelling. Batman's adventures during this time became whimsical and fantastical, with alien invasions and absurd gadgets dominating the narrative. The campy Batman '66 television series, starring Adam West, brought Batman into mainstream pop culture like never before. While it was criticized by comic book purists for its comedic tone, the show solidified Batman as a household name, embedding him into the collective consciousness of fans and non-fans alike. Bronze Age, the return to darkness. As the superhero genre matured in the 1970s, creators like Denny O'Neil and Neil Adams returned Batman to his darker roots. Stories like The Joker's Five-Way Revenge and The Demon Lives Again re-established Batman as a serious, brooding detective. Gotham City became grittier, and Batman's rogues gallery was reimagined as psychological reflections of his character. Modern Age, the era of reinvention. The 1980s and 1990s marked Batman's definitive transformation into the complex, layered character we recognize today. Frank Miller's The Dark Knight Returns, 1986, then Batman, Year One, 1987, reshaped Batman as a morally ambiguous, deeply psychological figure grappling with age, identity, and his role in society. These stories elevated Batman from a superhero to a cultural icon, with narratives that transcended the medium. The 1990s continued this momentum with Nightfall, The Long Halloween, and No Man's Land, further exploring Batman's physical and psychological limits. 2. Cultural ubiquity, Batman as a global icon. Few fictional characters can claim the level of recognition Batman has achieved. Whether it's the Bat symbol, Gotham City, or his gadgets, Batman is instantly identifiable across generations. Film and television. Batman's cinematic legacy is a cornerstone of his global dominance. Tim Burton's Batman, 1989. This film redefined superhero cinema with its dark, gothic aesthetic, proving that superheroes could be taken seriously by mainstream audiences. Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight trilogy, widely regarded as one of the greatest trilogies in film history, these movies grounded Batman in realism, exploring themes of fear, chaos, and morality. The Dark Knight, 2008, is often considered the greatest superhero film of all time, with Heath Ledger's Joker cementing the movie as a masterpiece. Animated series, Batman, the animated series, 1992 to 1995, is the definitive Batman adaptation for many fans, blending noir aesthetics with mature storytelling. It introduced iconic elements like Harley Quinn and redefined villains like Mr. Freeze. Video games. The Arkham series revolutionized superhero video games, blending action, stealth, and detective work. The games allowed players to fully immerse themselves in Batman's world, further cementing his place as the most versatile superhero in pop culture. Merchandise. From action figures to clothing, the Bat symbol is one of the most profitable and recognizable logos in the world. Batman-themed merchandise consistently outperforms other superhero brands, making him a financial powerhouse for DC and Warner Brothers. 3. Dominance in comic books. Sales performance. Batman consistently dominates comic book sales. His main titles, Batman and Detective Comics, have been among the top-selling series for decades. Spin-offs like Nightwing, Batgirl, and Harley Quinn also perform exceptionally well, all thanks to their connection to Batman's mythos. Influential stories. Some of the greatest stories in comic book history belong to Batman. The Dark Knight Returns, Frank Miller's dystopian tale about an aging Batman coming out of retirement, redefined the character for modern audiences. The Killing Joke, this story delves into the psyche of both Batman and the Joker, exploring the thin line between sanity and madness. The Long Halloween, a gripping detective story that showcases Batman's intelligence and highlights his rogues gallery. Court of Owls, a modern classic that introduced a shadowy organization controlling Gotham from the shadows, adding new depth to Batman's world. Role in crossover events. Batman often serves as the linchpin of DC's crossover events. His strategic mind and leadership make him central to stories like Crisis on Infinite Earths, Final Crisis, and Dark Knight's Metal. Even among gods and metahumans, Batman is the one who plans and leads, proving that intelligence and determination can rival raw power. 4. Psychological depth and relatability. Batman's enduring appeal lies in his humanity. Unlike Superman or Wonder Woman, Batman has no superpowers. He is a mortal man who faces physical and psychological limitations but refuses to let them define him. His story is one of resilience, overcoming fear, trauma, and self-doubt to fight for justice. Batman's struggle with morality also makes him compelling. His no-kill rule is both a strength and a source of internal conflict, especially when dealing with villains like the Joker, who push him to his limits. This moral complexity makes Batman more relatable than heroes with clear-cut ethics. 5. The Bat Family and Gotham's ecosystem. Batman's world is vast, encompassing an entire ecosystem of characters that enrich the DC universe. The Bat Family. Robin, Nightwing, Batgirl, Red Hood, and others expand Batman's mythos, each reflecting different aspects of his personality. The Bat Family humanizes Batman, showing his capacity for mentorship and connection despite his solitary nature. Rogues Gallery. Batman's villains are unmatched in their complexity and cultural impact. The Joker, Two-Face, Catwoman, Scarecrow, and others are not just antagonists but mirrors of Batman's psyche, exploring themes of chaos, duality, and fear. Gotham City. Gotham is as much a character as Batman himself. Its dark, corrupt, and crime-ridden nature reflects Batman's mission and struggles, providing a backdrop that is integral to his stories. 6. Versatility, Batman across genres. Batman's ability to thrive in multiple genres is a testament to his adaptability. Detective noir, as the world's greatest detective, Batman shines in mystery-driven stories like The Long Halloween. Psychological thrillers, stories like Arkham Asylum delve into Batman's mind and explore the bloodline between hero and villain. Action-adventure, tales like Hush and Nightfall showcase Batman's physical prowess and strategic brilliance. Horror, Batman's dark tone allows him to excel in gothic and horror-themed narratives like Court of Owls. Conclusion: why Batman is DC's ultimate face. Batman's dominance in comics, movies, television, and merchandise, combined with his psychological depth and relatability, make him the face of DC Comics. He embodies the resilience and complexity that define modern superheroes, standing as a symbol of human potential and perseverance. While Superman and Wonder Woman are foundational to DC, Batman's cultural impact and narrative richness have made him the definitive representative of the DC universe. Batman is not just a character, he is an institution, one that transcends genres, mediums, and generations. His journey from a crime-fighting vigilante to a global icon solidifies his place as the face of DC Comics. This has been African Reads Comics. See you in the next deep dive.